Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the UWell Whirl 2 kit with the Conick 100 watt mod. This is the kit all together, put together with the tank and the device. It does come in a number of colors. The device, which is the Conick Mod, does go from 5 watts to 100 watts. It takes a 21700, yes, this small thing, 21700 battery, but you can also use an 18650 battery. None of the batteries are included, so you would need your own. It does come with the Whirl 2 tank. I did do a review not too long ago on the Whirl 2 tank, so I'll go ahead and leave in the description the full review on that so that you can see the comparison of the coils and things. I'm going to show it to you down low, but we're going to actually, the other video has more in-depth testing of both coils for you. So yeah, so this does hold 3.5 mils of e-liquid. It does come with 2 coils. You've got a mouth to lung coil and a restrictive direct lung coil. It's very easy to use and it's got like that pod style type of airflow or that mouth to lung type of airflow. And the device itself, it's got colors to it too. Watch this. Oh yeah, some color. So let's go ahead and go down, take a look at everything that it comes with. Then we're going to put it all together. We're going to come back up. We're going to vape on it, pros and cons. So let's look at the UWell Whirl 2 kit with the Conick Mod. Okay, so here we are with the UWell Whirl 2 kit. This does come with the Conick Mod, and this is the packaging that it comes with. You've got the social media. On the back, it's going to give you your kit contents, and then inside the box, you're going to get your standard battery warning card. You want to make sure that your battery is in good condition, not scratched or torn. You're going to get a warning card. You're going to get a user manual. You're going to get some O-rings and a gasket for the tank, a standard USB charging cable, and then you're going to get a spare coil. You're going to get your mod. This is the Conick Mod. You're going to get a spare glass, and this right here is actually a drip tip cover, so like a dust cover. And the glass, the spare glass and the regular glass are the same size. And then you're going to get your Whirl 2 tank. Now the tank is called Whirl 2, but the mod is actually called the Conick Mod. So we'll go ahead and go over the tank real quick. Now I do have a separate review just for the tank where I'm testing out both coils and everything, but I'm going to show you just a little bit about it and then we'll move on to the mod. So this does have a standard 510 drip tip. You can use any of your standard 510 drip tips. It does have top fill, so all you have to do is just quarter turn it and you can open it up to fill it. It does come with a membrane so that it doesn't leak out if you accidentally tip it over, which I do like those. And then it does hold 3.5 mils of e-liquid. And if you notice, it kind of bevels out here and here. It's an arc design, so that way if it does tip over, it's going to hit one of the edges before it's going to hit the glass to keep the glass safe. It does have bottom airflow, but this is more of a mouth to lung or restrictive direct lung tank. This is not going to give you clouds and you know, a whole bunch of clouds where you can have a cloud comp or anything like that. This is mainly for restrictive direct lung or mouth to lung, depending on which coil you use. It is a 25 millimeter in diameter tank. It does say UWell, not for resale because this is a reviewer edition. Whirl 2, myuwell.com, does have a protruding 510. And then when you open it up, inside you're going to see the press fit coil. Now this has self-cleaning technology. What that means is usually whenever you're vaping or whenever you have a sub-ohm tank, the e-liquid actually goes to the base. Well, sometimes during that time that it's just sitting in the base, it'll leak out the airflow. This tank was actually made so that it's going to be using the reservoir for you to vape. So any residual e-liquid that it does go into the base of the tank will be used to vape so that way you won't have any leaking. So I like that they made that. Then of course you have the press fit coils, and in this case you actually press the coils into the top, then screw on the base. If you notice, there's like a little whirly design right there. Okay, installed, you're actually going to get the 1.8 ohm resistant coil. This is good between 10 to 15 watts. It's a regular round wire coil. And then this one here is another round wire coil, but this one is the 0.6 ohm resistance coil. And this one is good between 18 to 22 watts. This is your restrictive direct lung coil. And then this is going to be your mouth to lung coil. So when you're ready, all you need to do is just push in your coil like this and then put on the base like this. And then once it's screwed on, then you would just go ahead and fill it up. This mod here is called the Conick Mod. and it's got Conick right there. And on this side, it does say UWell. Very, very nice to hold in the hand. It's very ergonomically friendly. You've got a spring-loaded 510 on the top. On the bottom, you've got some battery ventilation and a battery door. This does take a 21700 battery, or you can use an 18650 battery because they do give you the 18650 battery sleeve. It does have your negative right here, and down in the bottom it does have the positive plus symbol. So you would just go ahead and put in your battery plus side down or positive side down, and then close up the door like that. There is no battery rattle or anything like that. It's very, very secured. You've also got some additional battery venting right here. And then on the front, you're going to have a fire button, really nice big fire button. This whole button is a fire button. You've got your display right here. You're going to have your down and your up buttons here, and then a mode button. This right here is actually an LED indicator, like a light indicator. There's your USB port right there. So to turn on the device or off the device, it is 5 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns on the device. It does say hello UWell. And then you're going to see here, it doesn't blink in real life. It's only blinking because of the camera. Sorry about that. So here you've got power. It's going to have your wattage. It's going to have your voltage, your resistance, the seconds fired, and your battery in bar and percentage, which I absolutely love that it gives percentage. So this does go from 5 watts to 100 watts, and it does round robin. The faster that you hold it, the button down, of course, the faster it's going to scroll, and it scrolls up and down just as fast. Your mode button right here, if you press that 3 times, this will actually get you into like a menu to select. So right now we're in power. If you press over to the right or the left, it'll change. Right now we're in TCR, and then you've got bypass mode, and then the next one is going to be back to power mode. To select it, you can either wait or you can press your mode button to select it. Now in the TCR setting, once you select it, it's going to ask you for your TCR setting. That is, of course, going to be based off of the material of your coil. And then you can go ahead and select down from there. And every time that you hit the mode button, it's going to go down to the next section. So you can change your wattage in your TCR setting. So if you press your right button and your fire button, this is going to lock your wattage. So you can't change the wattage, but you still will be able to fire the device. And to unlock it, you're going to do the same thing, up and fire. Now to lock the entire device, you're going to press your down and fire. Now this is going to lock all, so you can't fire, you can't change the wattage, and you can't fire it. To unlock it, you're going to press it again. Now to get into the LED setting, which you can only see that LED once you're firing the device, to get into that setting, you're going to press your plus and minus at the same time. When you do, this is where you can actually change your colors. So you can press your left or your right to change the colors. So we've got blue, green, white, purple, rainbow, or off. So if you don't like it, you can actually turn off and then just press your mode button to select it. And then every time that you fire it, it's going to be that color. So that is pretty much it for the device. Other than that, it works just normally. You just, up and down on your wattage. I do like the fact that it locks your wattage if you press your up and you fire. So you can select it that way, or you can lock the whole device, or you can just turn it off with 5 clicks. And then you're done. So that's pretty much it. So that is the UWell Whirl 2 kit with the Conick 21700 mod. And yeah, it does go up to 100 watts. I think it's great. It will fit up to a 28 millimeter Addy without any overhang. If you're trying a 30, it will have some overhang. So I'm going to go ahead and test that out for you so that you can see it. I'm going to put the tallest tank possible on here. Just so you can see it with the 30 millimeter. So this, of course, is my Aromizer Plus RDTA. This is literally my favorite RTA ever. And see, if you go ahead and put it on, there's barely any overhang, but there is a tiny bit of overhang. So that's what it looks like with a 30 millimeter on it. Okay, so that is it. Now, if you want to see it with the dust cover, this is the dust cover that you have on it, like that, and you can put it in your pocket or your purse, and that way you don't get anything down the drip tip, and it comes off really, really easy. So let's go ahead and go on top. We'll have a vape, talk about it, pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top with the UWell Whirl kit with the Conick Mod. So before anything, I'm going to go ahead and have a vape, and then we're going to talk more about it. Now, the coil that I do have in here is the 0.6 ohm resistance coil. So this one is good between 18 to 22 watts. And I've currently got this set at 16 watts. So let's go ahead and have a vape. That's as a restrictive direct lung. You can dial it back a little bit if you want to put it a little bit more restrictive. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you want to see the full review testing out both coils, the mouth to lung and the restrictive direct lung, I'll go ahead and leave the link down below, and that way you can check that video out. I'll also try to insert a card right up here. Now, for the tank, I've already gone over the tank. I'm going to tell you right now, it's got really, really great flavor. It comes with a restrictive direct lung coil and also a mouth to lung coil, which I think is great because I don't know of any sub-ohm tanks that are out there that are for mouth to lung users or people that like a more restrictive vape. It's not going to give you clouds, bro clouds. It's not going to give you massive clouds or anything like that, but it's going to give you a decent amount. This tank is good, especially for people that are transitioning maybe from smoking to vaping. I really, really think that they would like this because it's not going to give them too much air. It's actually restrictive, especially, you know, the fact that it's restrictive direct lung or a mouth to lung. So they can start off with the mouth to lung coil and then go on to the restrictive direct lung to give them a little bit more if they need it. Now, UWell does sell the coils. They come in 4 packs like this, so you can actually purchase them separately. Let me turn it around. Separately, so they got the 0.6 and then the 1.8 ohm resistance coils. Again, 4 packs, which are great. And also the tank has that self-cleaning mode, so it's virtually leak-proof, to be honest with you. So I have tested out the tank, as I mentioned in my previous video, and I went for a really long time testing it out, and I had absolutely no leaking on it. So I really think that I really like the way that this performs. If I was into restrictive vaping for all the time, this would definitely be my #1 tank. Now on to the Conick Mod. I am very, very impressed with this mod. First of all, it takes a 21700 battery or an 18650 battery with the battery sleeve that they provide. That to me is very, very impressive right off the bat. Another thing is that it's pretty much one of the smaller mods out there that take 21700 batteries that are 100 watt devices. This right here is the Odin 100, and it's still bigger, visibly bigger than this one here. And it's heavier. This is pretty light compared to it. So that is that one. You know, you can see the size difference. Both of them are 100 watt mods. And this one really, really, I really like it. #1, it has that big fire button. So if you're finger firing or your thumb firing, you can find that fire button and it works on any area. You don't have to worry about being centered in order for it to fire. So I really like that. Another thing on this, I'm going to tell you is I really like the LED lights. That to me is like, I really, really like it. Of course, you can only see it when you're vaping, but it's there and I know it's there, so I like it. Also, it has a mode button, and the way that the menu works is really, really easy to use. So if you want a little bit more, you want the TCR settings or you want the bypass settings, you can use it in this mod. But if you just want to use wattage only in power mode, that is perfectly fine. This works absolutely beautifully in that sense. You got 100 watt. It goes all the way up to 100 watts and as low as 5 watts, and it round robins, which is definitely another pro. It's got the mode button, so you're not necessarily into the menu or anything like that unless you get into the mode. When you do go into the mode, it's really, really easy. 3 clicks, it gets you right in there. You can change the LED lights. That to me is definitely a pro. Or you can turn it off. That's even a bigger pro, right? For those of you out there that don't like any type of LED lights, you can actually turn it off. It does have a setting. A lot of these mods that do have LED type of settings don't necessarily have an off button. This one does. So I think that that's great. Another great feature is that you can choose to either lock the full device, which I would rather just turn it off, but you can by just, you know, by pressing these 2 buttons together, or you can just lock the wattage, which is my preferred way of doing it. I always choose to lock my wattage, whatever mod I'm using. I just prefer it that way. It's just something that I do. I've gotten used to it over the years, and it's something that I like to do. And I like the fact that it gives you those options. Some people like to lock the full device instead of having to wait to turn it on, you know, for that startup menu. And some people just like to lock the wattage. So they cater to both of us. And I think that that's great. Other than that, I really don't know what more to say about it. It takes 21700 battery or an 18650 battery, they are not included, so you would have to purchase your own. I love the way it feels in the hand. It's super ergonomic. It's not bulky. It's very lightweight. You can use it with this tank. You can use it with any other tanks that you have or RDAs or anything. It takes up to a 28 millimeter atomizer without any overhang. Another pro. And I just feel like it's just a great device. Now, it does have regular USB charging, but that doesn't bother me because it has an external battery. So any external batteries, I always recommend to charge them externally anyway on an external charger. And I'm going to keep saying external until you get my point. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I always charge mine separately. So that doesn't bother me that it's not type C because this is not an internal battery mod. So I'm not going to put that as a con because it really isn't, in my opinion. Easy menu. I don't know what else to say about this. It really did surprise me. I was like, another mod, okay. But the way that it works, the way that it looks, it does come in a number of colors. I'm gonna go ahead and leave those up here right now for you. It comes in a number of colors. It's just the way that it feels in the hand is really nice. And I love this big fire button. I have caught myself finger firing, even though I'm a thumb fire. And I just love the button, the way that it feels. Absolutely amazing. I really like this. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite part of this? The tank or the mod? And what is the favorite part? So let me know your thoughts down below. And also, what color do you like? I kind of like this one with the all silver for a change. I don't know. There's red and blue and black and red and all these other colors, but I really like the simplicity of this. I love how it looks all together like this. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. If you liked the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I will see you in the next one.